All of you have already seen these 3 leaks, and many YouTubers had time to talk about them. However, I noticed that no one had a deep understanding and very superficially went over them, so I decided to read carefully the whole interview with DafuqBoom and compare what he said with these leaks. And you will not believe what interesting conclusions I came to. The thing is that this is the first time when DafuqBoom answered such a huge number of questions. In total, if you count all interviews YouTubers, we get 34 answers. Of course, we will not remember all of them today, but only those that are directly related to these new leaks and 72 episodes in general. And that's not all. We already have the exact information, how long the episode will last, how many parts it will be divided into, and most importantly, we have information about when it will be released. So be sure to watch the end of this video and put a like and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss the analysis of 72 episode as soon as it will be released. Anyways, here we go. I'll start with the most interesting leak. Here we see a seemingly ordinary Skibidi Toilet, but instead of armor it has a round plate, and I was reminded of the shape of Astro toilets, and it is most likely a cross between a UFO and a regular toilet. However, then I noticed that we have already seen the same creatures in part 1 of episode 70, so this species already existed then and is not a news. And from the looks of it, this improved species of Skibidi rocket men has increased in numbers. After all, we see them in the second leak, here behind the building. And even in the third leak, you can see the same Skibidi scout in the distance. And this is not all interesting clues. I want to draw your attention to the fact that the sky here is very dark, such an impression that this episode takes place deep at night, although it would seem that finally starting from 70 episode, the sun came out. I would like to draw your attention that the events of the entire series, Skibidi Toilet, always alternated light episodes with darker ones. And we haven't had such a rapid time change recently, so there are 2 possible answers to this oddity. In the first option, I think that like 71 episodes, this episode will not take place in quite the right chronological order. After all, as we remember, the 71st took place during the events of part 3 of episode 70. However, in that case, the fights must take place at least in the first half of the 70th episode. And this is very unlikely. This has never happened in the series. The second option, I think, more realistic. Recall that judging by this response, DafuqBoom, the episode will still take place near the laboratory Alpha Hills. But as we know, the battles there have kind of already ended, because we've seen the Titans fly out of there, and we've also seen the Astro Toilet and G-Man's team leave from there. So I think that this dark sky could have been caused by a lot of explosions and the battle, which made the smoke appear there. But it's still very strange, because there's a small bunch of Skibidi Toilets and agents left there, and all the big guys flew out of there. And that leaves one other option. Remember those barrels that DafuqBoom showed us back in episode 67? So it's quite possible that there was some kind of chemical reaction caused by the explosion of such a dangerous barrel. By the way, another piece of information is that there will be no Titans in this episode. DafuqBoom himself said this to me personally. By the way, you can watch the full version of my interview after this video if you haven't seen it yet. And also later, after a question from Elite, it turns out that episode 72 won't be that hot compared to future episodes. In fact, when he asked which episodes would be the hottest, 73, 74, 77, and 80 episodes were on that list. But let me remind you, even with that in mind, don't forget that this series is the first episode of the new season 24. So at the very least, if 73 and 74 are on par with 77 and the 80th anniversary episode, it's scary to imagine what the opening of this legendary season will be like if it has the top 2 episodes among the next 10 episodes. So considering all of the above, and also considering that it will be 3-4 minutes long, this is also from DafuqBoom's words, I think we should expect a recap in episode 72 and a smooth transition into the new season. Since we won't see the Titans there, I think the agents will take a very big hit from the Skibidi Toilets. and apparently unexpected since the Titans left and thought there was no one left in the lab, and then suddenly, Skibidi Rocket Men appear out of nowhere, along with improved and strong Skibidi Toilets. By the way, we have smoothly moved to the second leak, where you can notice Skibidi Man. He has a police armor in his hands, and at first glance it is not a very big detail. Think policeman so policeman. What does it matter? Because it is still a Skibidi toilet, but it is not so. As we remember from episode 65, when Red Cameraman did not kill just another police officer, namely Skibidi Rocket Man with flashers. I had suspicions about the secret agent at that time, and it turned out that not in vain, because as we know from subsequent episodes, it turned out that Red Cameraman is one of the secret agent's assistants. So I think all the Skibidi toilets in police uniforms have some connection to the secret agent, and may even be clandestinely cooperating with him. That's why they only kill the right agents, while the cameramen important to him are left untouched. If this reasoning of mine turns out to be true, it's logical to see a Red Cameraman here and even more disclosure of this strange and interesting relationship between the Skibidi toilets and the secret agent. After all, if you think about it this way, if he can control all the agents, who are essentially robots, with his computer, he may well have found a loophole and a way to control the police officers. Because unlike the usual Skibidi toilets, who are mostly descended from ordinary people, mostly who work in ordinary jobs, in the case of police officers, they are used to following orders with walkie-talkies. This is, of course, just my speculation and my theory. However, I don't think DafuqBoom will just leave this storyline with the Skibidi cops and develop it. The deeper and more complex the relationship between the characters, the more interesting we will be to watch. Agree that when characters are very one-sided, they lose their charisma. Alright, before we go too philosophical, let's move on to the last leak. Here we see two cameramen, one running from the Skibidi toilet and the other blowing it up with his gun. Again, judging by the fact that they are defending and running away rather than attacking, this is a battle they were not expecting. We saw about the same thing in episode 66. There, too, a massive attack began, and the agents were very much looking for cover. It was only after the photo where the TV man Titans were supposedly killed that they started attacking to get to the container with the big TV man. As I think we should expect a reference to this episode in this series, and it will be similar. For like there, this episode is not so much a standalone, but more of an opening episode. If there we were first hinted at the appearance of an improved TV man, then this may show or hint at the invasion of a new Astro toilet, or even Astro toilets. After all, judging by Boom's answers in various interviews, it's clear that there are many more Astro toilets that are even stronger than the ones we've seen. And there are 100% not 3 pieces of them, but more. The episode itself, according to DafuqBoom, will be divided into 2 parts. Although he wanted to release the entire episode at once, but because of the fact that he does not have time, because of his vacation, he decided to throw the finished one part first, since the viewers have been waiting for the episode for a very long time, and he doesn't want us to be bored. It is for this reason, by the way, he gave so many interviews to different analyzers on Skibidi Toilet. And the first part will be released very soon, as I will publish this video a little later than the others. At the time of release of the video, we'll have to wait 1-2 days. So it's just a little bit left, you have to be patient. I advise you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so you won't miss my analysis as soon as the episode comes out. And don't forget to watch my interview with DafuqBoom. There's a lot of interesting information and my reasoning there too. Bye.